Good morning and welcome to the Morning After. We have a great show ahead right here on the Quad, so stick with us. Hello, my name is Brooke Reilly.
And I'm Ryan Ansel. We're going to start with what's going on around our community.
Students modeled in the Eco Fashion Show last Friday in the Carl Hansen Student Center. Students used only Quinnipiac printed materials to create fashionable dresses for the Sustainability Fashion Show as part of Quinnipiac's annual Earth Day celebration.
Quinnipiac's 6th annual Dancing with the Stars was held this Friday at 7:30. Students from the Ballroom Society paired with a Quinnipiac faculty member and taught them a ballroom routine. All proceeds from the event were given to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Quinnipiac unveiled a new video website dedicated to sharing stories of students, staff, and alumni. The video can be found on video.quinnipiac.edu.
We now toss to Kelly Ledwith with the Entertainment Report.
Hello, this is Kelly Ledwith with your Entertainment Report. To start off, I have good news for all the animal fans. April the Giraffe's live stream will continue after being shut down by the Animal Adventure Park. April gave birth to her long-awaited baby giraffe last Saturday. Since last February, the live stream has had over 273 million views. In other news, Kim Zoliak-Biermann's 4-year-old son Cash had to undergo emergency surgery this weekend after a dog bite. The Bravo star posted on Instagram a picture of her son recovering from very traumatic injuries. This is something no family should have to go through, and we wish Cash a very speedy recovery. And finally, I leave you on a good note for all the fans of the original life-size movie starring Tyra Banks. According to the Supermodel, a sequel to the 2000 movie about a doll named Eve who comes to life is in the works. Tyra says it would be a little edgier and made for young adults who were the original movie's audience. I know it was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I'm so excited to see how it comes out. That's all I have for this week. Back to the hosts.
So this past Friday, WQAQ, the radio station here on campus, hosted their annual rap battle. I saw you there, Ryan. What'd you think?
Oh yeah, it was a little quiet, I have to say. I think this was the 3rd rap battle of the year, and the first 2 had like really big crowds, and this last one, it was a little rainy out. I think a lot of kids.
It was really chilly. It
Yeah,
was really gross.
Exactly. Like everybody that was there was kind of in like rain jackets, and there was one participant. Actually, he's a friend of mine, my buddy Sal, and he did the last 2, and he got 2nd place in the last 2. But
that's awesome.
He came through to this one and he won it. And
oh wow.
Yeah, the prize money was $100, which is like a lot of money.
Yeah,
honestly.
Where did they get that money from? Did they raise that throughout the year?
I think so. I think WQAQ has like fundraisers and they raise money that way. Like they throw on concerts and stuff like that. So yeah, and he just got up there and all the WQAQ kids were trying to go up against him, but wasn't really working out in their favor.
Yeah, that sounded pretty cool. I heard his rap too. He did a really nice job, and I don't know how they do it freestyle like that. I know I can't do that, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely not. That is not really in my skill set.
Yeah.
However, there are like a lot of kids around campus that you would be surprised could rap.
Yeah.
You know?
Rap battles are pretty entertaining to watch too.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen the movie 8 Mile?
I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome. It's like the story of Eminem, and it's like how like he was brought up through the Detroit underground rap scene, and it's really cool. There are a lot of really cool freestyles on it, which kind of reminds me of what WQAQ usually
Oh, that's
does.
really awesome, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Complex Courtyard's a really good place to have that type of event too, because there's so much space. It's too bad they couldn't fill that whole area.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you could put so many people in that space, but it was just, I think that was kind of to be expected. That there weren't so many people showing up for this one, especially because it was the 3rd one of the year. You know, it happens, but it was still a great event. It's organized very well, and they have some great DJs and some, oftentimes great people go up there and say some funny stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely funny. I was walking down the stairs because I live in Ledges to get there, and all of a sudden I felt like they were all looking at me, and I wasn't sure if they were rapping about me, but it was really weird.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to be somebody to be rapped about, but hey.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. I get rapped about sometimes.
Well, why don't you do the weather for us? We'll see what we have coming up this week.
So for the weather, this is our 7-day forecast we have now. Monday today is looking pretty great. It's pretty nice outside. A little overcast, but still pretty great. Slight showers may into Tuesday and Wednesday. But the end of this week is looking really great for this weekend. Saturday, 77 with a 68 on Sunday. So it's going to be a really nice week to go outside, sit around in the quad and just kind of have a good time outside with all your friends. So great weather looking for this week, basically.
Yeah. So when we come back, we're going to discuss the Tony Award host for this year. And John Welsh has a summer movie preview. Stay with us.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
Coming up on Bobcat Breakdown.
And welcome into Studio 125.
So what?
Points. If you score 40 points in a basketball game, we all know you play Quinnipiac intramurals. We all know you love to shoot the rock.
Well, if you think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard, what I'm about to say, I guess, is going to be pretty ridiculous in your book. But I'm going to say yes, there is a controversy. I'm
line, getting ready to punch the ball as it lands right in front of another Monmouth player.
All this and more.
Coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Coming up on hashtag that.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
So Ryan, the Tony Awards are coming up in a little under 2 months. On June 11th. They finally found their host.
Yeah, they took a while, I think. They went through, they said 15 people before they got to Kevin Spacey.
I think Kevin Spacey's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, I love Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I think he's great. Kevin Spacey can really do no wrong to me. And I think like he also has a really great character, like a great personality for the role. He's really funny. He was actually quoted saying that he was the second choice for the film The Usual Suspects, the 4th for American Beauty, and the 15th for the Tony Awards.
Yeah.
And which was pretty funny because both of those films are really good and nobody thought of him first.
Yeah, he actually won a Tony Award back in 1991. So I think it's kind of cool that they're having a past Tony Award winner host the actual the award show.
That's amazing, especially because he's not somebody known to be, a Broadway actor. They're sort of pulling from the outside.
Exactly.
I know James Corden got his start on Broadway.
Yeah.
And he was the person that hosted last year.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was amazing. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he hosted the Grammys. And he said it would be too greedy of him to host again this year. Which I thought was pretty humble. A pretty humble thing to say.
Did you watch him last year on the Tonys?
Oh, I actually missed it. I watched him. I think it was the Grammys or something else that he hosted, but I missed the Tonys. How was it?
It was really awesome. I actually watched it on a plane ride home, and it kept going in and out, but he did really good. He had really good jokes, and of course the opener for every Tony Award show has to be something spectacular.
It has to be
because
great.
They're doing Broadway shows, they have to make it all that and more.
Of course.
I know when Neil Patrick Harris hosted, he's hosted a few times. Definitely my favorite Tony Award host ever. He always makes his shows so huge.
Oh yeah.
Just because that's his personality.
Yeah, he does have that really bold personality. And another great thing I love about James Corden are on his show when he does the carpool karaoke with people.
Oh yeah, that's hysterical.
He's actually like really low key, kind of like trying to show off his voice a little bit. I feel on those. There are a few moments where you're just gonna find him with his eyes closed, just belting out like the top notes while he's like sitting next to Sia, who's like way better than him, but you know, he's just a really great personality. I think to have for the.
They're
for the
turning carpool karaoke into a show of its own now too. Did you hear about that?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
No way. Do you know what network it's going to be on?
I'm not sure, but I know that they're doing that with James Corden, so I thought that's pretty cool.
That is so cool. I think that's such a great idea, and especially because they're doing they do like lip sync shows now, like full shows that the show was with Channing Tatum and his wife doing things like that. I don't know. I just think it's so creative, but I don't know how long shows like that are really meant to last. You know, there's only so many ideas you could have for things like that.
Yep, but I am really excited that Kevin Spacey's hosting the Tonys. I think he's going to do a really good job.
Oh yeah. So how many Tonys do you think Hamilton is going to win?
I don't think they're going to win as many as they won last year. I believe last year the total number was 16, and I think that's probably a record.
That's
for
unbelievable.
Them.
Have you seen the show?
I haven't. Tickets are ridiculously expensive and hard to get.
Yeah.
Would love to see it at some point in time, but I don't think it'll be anytime in the near future.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it either because I don't have $5 million in my bank account.
Yeah, there are a lot of new shows coming out that came out this season too.
Oh, what are some of the shows?
Like The Comet, things like that. They're gonna do, I think those shows are gonna steal it away.
Didn't you do drama in high school?
I did do a lot of theater in high school. The shows that I did were all older though, so they're definitely not up for Tonys because they're not on Broadway anymore. But how about you? You did theater in high school too, right?
I actually did. I have a little bit of experience, but you know, nothing to really write home about. So right now we're now gonna toss to John Welsh, who has our summer movie preview. John.
Good morning, Quinnipiac. I'm here with the latest out from the world of Hollywood. It's getting to be that summer blockbuster time. All the biggest releases set to attract the masses will be filling cinemas around the world. Let's see some of the big ones for me. Out of the starting gates is the sequel to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Set a few months after the original film, it seems the Guardians are needed to stop a collection of villains trying to purge the cosmos of weakness. If the action and infant Groot wasn't enough for fans, questions about Star-Lord's newly introduced father might be. I personally think this one will be the most noteworthy action film from this summer, despite worthy contenders like Spider-Man Homecoming, Wonder Woman, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, and The Mummy. Next on the list is War for the Planet of the Apes. The third film in the Apes revival shows the escalation of the conflict between humanity and the hyper-intelligent apes into all-out war. If the trailers are to be trusted, a big theme of the film will be unity in the face of conflict and questions of loyalty, as both sides seem to have adopted a member of their opposition, the apes a little girl and the humans a gorilla. The phrase, apes stronger together, repeated all through the trailer. This keeps me interested in the revival over the new Alien and Amity horror movies. Finally, I'm upset to say little excitement in terms of animated movies this summer. I personally love animation, so it upsets me that I can't get hyped over the coming films. All we have this summer is the third Despicable Me movie, or the fourth Minions movie, depending on who you ask, the Captain Underpants movie, the third Cars movie, and the Emoji movie. I guess we just see what happens. That's all I have. Back to you guys.
Well, awesome. Thanks so much for that, John. So now, I feel like, you know, being in college, I feel like I see people on their phones all the time. What do you think are some things that you would like to see improved on your phone?
Something that I think phones definitely need these days is battery backup.
Battery backup.
Like,
why is that?
You know how when the power goes out, like you have the battery backup thing just to like charge up your phone for a little while?
Yeah.
Because phone batteries die way too quickly. And I know that that's a problem a lot of the time. Like, I'm at my dorm from like the time I leave for class in the morning to really late at night, and if I forget my charger for some reason, it's gonna die.
That's so true. I cannot agree with that more. A big problem that I have with my phone is I like leave it in a lot of different places. I'll just be sitting down, I'll stand up and I'll leave it in the room. I wish that my phone would cry like a baby when I get too far away from it, so it would just remind me to not walk away from it or leave
smart,
it somewhere.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that I definitely like, a really bad problem I have with my phone is when I'm laying in my bed late at night and I'm kind of like texting my friends on my phone. I wish that it would just like levitate so my arms wouldn't fall asleep so much.
Yeah.
Because that's, I don't know, it's just become a really bad problem.
I have a problem with falling asleep with my phone. And then if I do fall asleep, I like send text messages by accident, like whatever I'm in the middle of doing. I've liked things on Facebook before that I like shouldn't be because it's so random, or comment a bunch of letters since I'm like half asleep while I do it. So that's definitely, I wish that the phone would like give an alarm, like if you're about to fall asleep, so that way you can like put your phone down.
That would be an amazing thing, actually. I completely feel you. One thing that I wish my phone would be able to do is I wish that it was smarter than me. I wish it would stop me before I would say something stupid.
Oh, yeah?
I wish it would take patterns of the things that I say and go, oh, he's about to say something stupid, and then like stop me.
Yeah. Also, like, you know how on the iPhone, like on old phones, you used to be able to like cancel a message really quickly. Like back when I had like an alias or an intensity, I was able to press end before it went through.
Yes.
But with the iPhone, you can't cancel a message until like the person already sees it.
That's a big
So
problem.
like sometimes I send things by accident before I'm done, and I don't want to accidentally do that.
All right, I gotta ask, what is the most embarrassing text that you've accidentally sent to somebody?
Oh, I gotta think about that one. Actually, it wasn't a text, it was an email. I was trying to email like someone like important. I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I pressed send before I like finished it and before I proofread it. And the entire email was just a really, really long run-on sentence that made absolutely zero sense. So like as soon as I realized that I did that, I went back and resent like the whole thing and was like, sorry, didn't mean to send that.
Oh, gee, almost the same thing happened to me. I was working with a friend on a group project, and I had to email him. He emailed me something, and I meant to, I went to email him back, thank you, and I accidentally sent to my professor of the class, thanks, dog. Means a lot. Keep it real. It was really embarrassing.
How did your professor answer that?
She was a little confused, but I think she understood. It's also not really how I talk in person, so
Yeah.
I think she was a little caught a little bit off guard.
That's pretty funny. All right, now we're gonna toss to Mike Delgado, who quizzed students. Let's see what he has to say.
Thanks guys, Mike here, and you know what? We learned a lot through our time in grade school, middle school, and high school. So I wanted to see, now that we're in college, how much of this information we actually remember. What is the only planet in our solar system to rotate in a different direction from the others? Earth, Mars, Uranus, or Saturn?
Uranus.
That is correct. Who is known as the traitor of the American Revolution?
I have no idea.
Was it, all right, I'm gonna give you some names. Maybe some of these will jog your memory. Was it John Adams, George Smith, William Jones, or Benedict Arnold?
John Adams.
That is incorrect. It was actually Benedict Arnold. He was known as George Washington's right-hand man, but he was ultimately the traitor of the American Revolution. Franz Ferdinand, whose shooting sparked the start of World War I, he was the Archduke of which country? Germany, the Czech Republic, Austria, or Serbia?
Austria?
That is correct. He was shot in Serbia, but he was the Archduke of Austria. How many pints are in a gallon?
Oh my god.
2, 3, 12, or 8?
8?
That is correct. Which word is an antonym of tight? Tighter, snug, loose, or compact?
Loose.
Very nice. That was a tight answer. What is the outer layer of our skin called? The dermis, the exolayer, the outer skin, or the epidermis? Epidermis. That is correct. After asking people all these questions, it was really surprising to see how much people actually remembered from their time in grade school. Back to you guys.
So Ryan, how good are you at trivia?
Not fantastic. I think if anybody asked me anything about mathematics or science, I would probably be a little disadvantaged.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I'm not the greatest with any kind of science thing, but my biggest struggle is naming the presidents. I know they have like that song that they always used to teach us when we were little, but I never remembered the order. I always mess that up.
I had a friend in high school. He could name every single president, their
Wow.
party, the year they served, and everything. He was
That's
amazing.
crazy.
He was a big history buff.
I'd never be able to do that. Well, now we're gonna take another commercial break, but when we come back, Shanna will test us on our celebrity baby knowledge, so stay with us.
It's 9:30 Eastern, and you know what that means. Sports Pause is on the air.
Ball played up the middle. Iman Whalen with a little cheat off the play. Preseason just boils down to going after another national championship and not necessarily focusing on the one before.
MJ, it is time for our favorite part of the show. It's the top 5 plays of the week, brought to you by B&D Deli, home of the Q-Dog.
Let's talk about the first play you want to break down.
Yeah, let's break it down right away.
But the one name I'm going to throw out there is a freshman, Mika Maples.
Coming up,
Coming up on hashtag that.
we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
So Earth Day was this weekend. It was actually on Saturday,
Yep.
and they were having all these parades like March for Science and things like that. What are some things that you do personally to be a greener person?
Well, I'm always careful about what I recycle and what I throw in the garbage. Like obviously I know like the little triangle, that means you recycle it. Something else that I try to do is reuse water bottles. They have all the water bottle refillers around campus, so I have reusable water. Sometimes I forget to use it, but I do my best to remember because I know that that's really a way to help keep everything green. How about you?
Oh yeah, reusable water bottles are a big one for me. I always feel really guilty when I go to the caf and I get one of those little paper Pepsi cups. I don't know. I feel like I'm just killing trees by that. But one thing that I do when I have a plastic water bottle is I hold on to it when I'm done with my water. I won't throw it out in the garbage because it's convenient. I'll just finish it, throw it in my backpack, and then I'll throw it in a recycling bin where I know I'll be able to find one later.
Yeah. And something else you could do with water bottles is you save them up and you can go like put them in and get 5 cents for a water bottle. In some states, it depends where.
Exactly, that's very true.
I know at home I do that in New York, so.
Oh yeah, no, they do that in Connecticut as well. And another big thing that I actually read online this morning is you shouldn't be throwing away electronics. You should. Electronics are something that can really damage the environment if they're tossed into one of those landfills. So that's another big thing. They say you have to go about that in a different way.
Yeah, and they're all about saving energy with all the electronic things. I know like a lot of houses have solar panels now too. So that's really beneficial to the environment.
Yeah, the big thing
hybrid cars.
Yeah, exactly. But the big thing is that technology like that is so expensive.
Yeah,
you know, so that's why people, you know, because it's more convenient to be wasteful, that's why people are usually more wasteful. I feel like if we had more recycling bins, just in general, like if we had a recycling bin where every single garbage bin is, I think people would recycle so much more.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah. And
I think they're trying their best to improve upon that. I do see quite a few recycling bins around campus. I know like each dorm has a recycling bin as well, so I think that's really helpful, but I think that it just needs to keep going. People need to listen to those kind of rules.
Yeah, most definitely. And I actually went to California this spring break, and in California, they don't really do it here in Connecticut, but they actually have compost bins where where you throw cardboard and things like that. And yeah, I think that's a very, very advanced, go green way of saving the environment. And we haven't really done any of that yet. You know, I think we should catch up on that a little bit more.
Yeah, composting definitely helps because it like packs everything down smaller too.
Oh
so
yeah.
You can fit like a ton more things in there.
Of course, exactly. All right, so now we are going to toss to Ariel Sabo with a review on Freeform, on Freeform's latest binge-worthy show.
Good morning, Quinnipiac. I'm Ariel Sabo, and I'm back with another TV review. We all know Netflix is an extremely popular place for binge watching, but something that most people do not know is that Freeform, the new name for ABC Family, has binge watching on their own website. Marlene King, the executive producer of Pretty Little Liars, has a brand new show called Famous in Love. Released on April 18th is the new show starring Bella Thorne and Carter Jenkins based on the book Famous in Love. Written by Rebecca Serlet, is about a college student, Paige Townsend, an average college student who gets her big break starring in a new Hollywood blockbuster. Paige must travel through her new Hollywood life and decide who is her star-crossed lover, her best friend or her co-lead. To be honest, Bobcats, I watched the entire series within 1 week. I know it sounds crazy, but I personally loved it. I can tell you all, it was not a 10 out of 10 like Pretty Little Liars, but it has a suspense, which I honestly had a liking for. Without spoiling everything, it was interesting to see how on an average college student like each and every one of us kind of suddenly becomes famous overnight, starring in a Hollywood blockbuster. I loved watching the entire series, in my opinion, in 1 week rather than waiting every week to watch and wait until what happens. This show reminds me of a Pretty Little Liars with the mystery and Degrassi, but not a high school drama, if that makes any sense. To be honest, everyone, I'm not the biggest fan of Bella Thorne, but after watching her in the show, I am for sure a fan again. She might not be the Bella Thorne from Shake It Up on Disney Channel, but she definitely has brought back her A-game better than ever. Hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of TV Review. That's all for today. Back to you guys outside in the quad. Have a great week, Bobcats.
So we have Shanna McCarriston here with us today. She's going to quiz us on our knowledge of celebrities from when they were babies. I don't think I'm going to be that good at this. What do you think?
Neither am I.
I'm excited for this one. I'm actually kind of good at this, but I'm going to be the game show host today. I love doing that here on TMA. So we're going to give the first one, give you both a good look at this on the iPad. I think this one's obvious. Come on, look at that smile. She came in like a wrecking ball.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
There you go. So that one's Miley Cyrus.
That one makes sense.
We're going to go to the next one.
Oh.
Check it out here on the iPad.
Ooh, this one's hard. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Another singer.
A singer.
What genre did she sing?
What genre? Like R&B, hip hop.
Usher. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's Usher.
That threw me off. I was gonna say
All
Michael
right, what
Jackson.
about this one? Now this one, she's wearing, I guess you could say makeup in the picture, and she still loves to wear makeup.
Anne Hathaway?
Lady Gaga.
No, it's Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
All right, what about this one?
Oh.
Now this one I had to throw in, so it's kind of a hint that, this one kind of
Tom
has to
Brady.
do with me.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady.
look at that.
Of course.
You got it.
Gotcha.
All right, what about this one?
That one is hard. I'm gonna go with Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner, what do you think? Shot in the dark here.
Let's go Kendall Jenner too, because I have no
All right,
clue.
well, this one I tricked you guys. That is actually me.
Oh!
So it is not Kendall Jenner, although I wish I had, her money or her talent or anything, really. All right, what about this one? This one's another scary one.
Whoa, that one is scary.
This one's a bit terrifying.
Oh wow.
I went with a little bit of a clown theme.
This one's.
Okay, he plays guitar, he sings. I'm with a lot of singers this time. Singers and then me and Kim Kardashian. That's pretty much what
John
it is.
Mayer.
No, but like kind of that feel of a singer.
Kind of that feel.
Jason Mraz.
No.
Oh,
Newer.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what about this one? She's the queen.
Oh, Beyonce.
How about this? I was gonna say, is this photo a little bit easier
That
to
one is
tell?
yeah, that one.
Look at that
that's
one.
Queen Bee. That's Queen
That's
Bee.
Queen Bee if I ever saw her. Beyonce. I feel like she looks the same kind of. In that second picture, she looks
that.
very similar.
Yes,
All right, what about this one?
Oh, that's actually a really cute one.
Oh, that one's really hard. I'm gonna go with.
With blonde hair.
Little blonde singer.
Little blonde singer.
Jessie McCartney?
No, were you both gonna say Jessie McCartney?
I was thinking about
He'd
it.
jump into
Justin
cold
Bieber?
water for you. Yeah, Justin Bieber.
Oh, I see that now.
You got it. Look at that one. That's priceless. So maybe you guys don't know, all the babies, celebrities. We'll have to catch up on that. But those were just a few of them. Really great. Love being the game show host, as always.
That was a lot of fun.
Always
Thank
a
you so much.
blast.
Fun.
Always
Thanks,
a blast.
So yeah, I did not think I was gonna do super well on that one. I don't know about you.
Me neither. I'm so bad at naming celebrities now,
Even just their regular photo?
Yeah, I can't recognize the face. I don't know, if I saw one like on the street of like New York City, I don't think I'd realize that it's them.
So never mind them as a baby.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in with us. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram and like us on Facebook. And you can watch more content online at q30television.com. Have a great week.